Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emeka Okoye. I'm a senior knowledge engineer in working for an organization called Semantics Limited. We make organizations, governments, cities smarter using semantic AI and computational linguistics for both modeling, knowledge representation, and ontology engineering en route to exploiting the opportunities in their data and information assets for AI, data analytics, and to simulate human decision making and high level cognitive tasks that can be used to solve complex problems and achieve their desired digital transformation objectives. I've been at the forefront of technology and innovation in Nigeria, from co-founding the earliest startup, you know, called ngx.com sometime in 1997 to building cognitive solutions today. Uh, and I hope, I'll use my knowledge and experience to explain the opportunities in using digital transformation to catalyze societal and economic progress in Ogbomosho. So, in today's ever-evolving world, digital transformation is no longer a buzzword. It's a fundamental driver of economic growth. Digital transformation means that your system that manages the city uh, is digitally transformed, and they see data and digital at the core of their service, creating a modern economy, opportunity of creating a modern economy. So secondary cities like Ogbomosho have a pivotal role to play in contributing to the economic development of both Oyo State and Nigeria. If they embrace digital transformation, uh, the opportunity is huge. Government becomes very efficient. Government now starts seeing data as a tool for problem solving, and they'll now, see things from a different perspective because data is one of the best development tool we have in the world today. Let's dive a little bit into Ogbomosho. Ogbomosho is approximately, for 480,000 based on the previous 2006 census. It's the second largest city in Oyo State and among the most populated in Nigeria. It is the second most populated city in the southwest Nigeria after Lagos and Ibadan. Although the principal inhabitants of the cities are Yorubas, they have people from other parts of Nigeria as well as West Africa in the city. Uh, According to our early missionaries, Ogbomosho was a world city sometime in 1891, and the gates which were closely watched all day, all night, were closed at night. The town was beautiful and well watered, was isolated from the rest of the Yoruba towns. The strength of Ogbomosho lay in the wall and the moat surrounding the town, and the warriors made full use of it, by sitting close and being tight. So what I've just described is an identity of Ogbomosho. Ogbomosho needs to play with their history and identity. It's a good selling point. This is what digital transformation, post-digital transformation does, is to exploit what your identity and your culture. We are talking of globalization. When you digitally transform the system that manages the economic and societal progress of a Momosho, it is easy to package the identity and culture of a Momosho and make them globally relevant. Why would we want to make it globally relevant? And it's simple. It's just a way to package the culture and use it to drive economic value, use it to drive societal value. And um, those values can be exploited both locally and internationally. And you can't do internationally without embracing globalization. And you can't embrace globalization, which is powered by digital technologies, without being digital transformed. So it's clear how that Ogbomosho has the raw material to become very relevant to both Oyo State and Nigeria. Well, let's delve further. One of the powerful things about Ogbomosho is agriculture. The major economy of Ogbomosho is agric. Cashew plantations are well distributed, as well as mangoes. But the biggest thing about Ogbomosho is cassava. They have the largest concentration of cassava planters in Africa, maybe in the world. I can't confirm that, but in Africa, that's huge. That's big opportunity. That's a big opportunity for digital transformation. We can do so much with it. Um, the people of Obomosh also engage in trading, rearing domestic animals, and they have a very prominent veterinary hospital in Obomosh for the vaccination of livestock. So again, we have things in Obomosh that can create magnetism for investments to come in, for people to come in, for businesses to come in. This is what digital transformation does. Post digital transformation would definitely have a lot to play in exploiting these opportunities and making them become um, turning them into economic and societal progress. So the need for government-led digital transformation is really key. You know, Bomosha has a rich history and has a strategic location. So digital transformation driven by the city government is very important because it's one of the things you use in creating long-term prosperity. Digitalization, look at every major city in the world. They are powered by digital technology. They are powered by data. There is no shortcut. There's no leapfrogging. That's what you need to do because every business, every economy in the world is powered by digital, by technology, by science, and by data. These four things needs to happen. If you don't have a digital transformation, you won't appreciate science. You won't appreciate data. You won't appreciate technology. But it's very key. And we need these things to change the economy, to change the society, change the livelihood, the well-being of people in Ogbomosho. You understand? Digitalization in government enhances the services, it makes government to be accessible, available to everyone. And it's very important. We need it because accessibility of government services has been poor generally, not an Ogbomosho thing. You know, uh, we need this digitalization to enhance governance and public engagement. Okay, Ogbomosho must keep pace with progressive cities and towns in the world. When government is efficient, they do their job very well, and when they do their job very well, it reflects in the people, it reflects in the economy, and it reflects in the society. Now, we need to build human capital to take advantage of this digital transformation journey that the government of Ogbomosho is going to take. The government should invest in digital literacy programs because you need to upskill the workforce. You can't embark successfully on a digital transformation journey without upskilling your workforce. The workforce has to be upskilled. Um, and after the workforce has been upskilled, you now start thinking about creating vocational training that will produce digitally competent populace that will match up with where the government is. The government is supposed to, remember, the government leads. So the government is supposed to move up and then the populace is supposed to move up. So that at that level, we'll create uh, digitally transformed companies, businesses that would uplift the standard of Ogbomosho. If the government of Ogbomosho does not rise, the standard will not rise. That's check every major city in the world today. So it's very important that the government upskills its workforce first. It's very important. You can't upskill the populace and then government is at a lower level. basically you're bringing down people to your level, because that's the level you will engage with the people. The government has to lead. This is important. Don't upskill the populace when you have not upskilled yourself. You are supposed to lead, because if not, it's going to be disaster. This investments now, upskilling is going to create employment opportunities and foster entrepreneurship among Ogbomosho's youth. Remember, Ogbomosho has educational, I think they have 3 or 4 degree awarding educational institution. So they need to take advantage of that and, create opportunity of human capital development that will raise the bar on the potential business, potential investment of Ogbomosho. Ogbomosho has unique strengths that can be amplified through digital technology. Number one is agric. The cassava and cashew, to me, can be amplified easily with digital tech. In fact, if after embarking on the digital transformation journey, the government should start thinking about the value chain of cassava and build for value chain. Nobody should be exporting or selling raw cassava. Every cassava not eaten, they should have a policy where every cassava not eaten is turned into a product. That's how we can build this. And the digital platform can be used to manage, the whole spectrum of activities and production end to end easily, easily. So that can be done. And it will boost if the government could have visibility on the activities happening in the agricultural and on the cassava line. It creates opportunities for government to not only come to the aid of people who might have challenges in achieving the cassava goals of Ogbomosho, but also support companies who might be able to expand because of the activities, potential activities resulting from this cassava line. This is why digital is important. And this is why government has to lead workforce wise so that they can see things more than what other people in the Ogbomosho can see. That's where leadership comes in. So it's very important that we do that. So we had that. Then cashew is also big. I mean, we have to learn from Vietnam what they did with cashew, but we'll come to that later. So I've already talked about education. So there we have tertiary institutions there, but we need a lot of vocational schools that will give us those skills for us to play major role in the value chain. So value chain of cassava, value chain of cashew, value chain of mango. I mean, Ogbomosho should be thinking about building a lot of fruit industries, with the amount of cashew and mangoes in Ogbomosho. Then, we talked about a little bit history of Ogbomosho. Ogbomosho has some history. They have a war. They had a moat, and I heard the town was beautiful. That alone should draw people to Ogbomosho to visit. So that means we need tourist attractions boosted. We need things like hotels, restaurants, parks, city centers, squares built so that people will have richer experience in exploring Ogbomosho history. A problem we've always had is not being able to translate our rich history into opportunities that will yield economic value and societal progress. This is an opportunity. A digital transformed Obamosho government can easily do this thing and you easily sell it online to attract foreign um, visitors. And you want to make Obamosho attractive, then again, if visitors are coming in, we need to start thinking about linking rail to Obamosho. These are ways to facilitate, economic progress from a digital transformed government. So just these 3 points alone can boost the economy, most likely like 700 to 1,200%. There's so much that can be done from a digital transformed uh, organization. Then continuing on that digital transformation, government can do so much just leveraging data and analytics in making their decisions. So much can be done. Let's just create that opportunity to put everything about Obamosho in data, and we use data to ask questions and see results, and then use that to form decisions we make to turn the city into one of the best cities in Nigeria. It can be done because no city is doing that right now. So why can't Omomosho do that? So we can be smart cities. Smart cities is about cities smart when they take data which are from observations and turn it into decisions quickly so that the residents of the city can feel that their needs are being met and their well-being is boosted, because that's the most important thing. Okay, so that's what data can do. Now we also need to understand that it's very critical. Omomosho plays a major role in the economy of Oyo State. I know it's the second largest city, but have the ambition. Cities need to have ambition, more ambition than even the national ambition. Yes, it happens in saner climes. Cities have bigger ambitions, always bigger than the nation. So Omomosho can have bigger ambition than Ibadan, than Oyo, than Nigeria, than Lagos. So it's very critical that we understand that. Why? Because your ambition is one of the things that create economic growth for nations. For instance, if you go to UK, 70% of their GDP comes from London. And London is the financial capital of the world. And they make policies so that the best financial institutions come to London. It's not a national ambition. It's a municipality ambition. So they do everything to encourage financial institutions to come. So it's the same way with Obomosho. What is your ambition? You have to create that ambition and sustain it. Your ambition should not be seen as smaller than Ibadan, smaller than Oyo, smaller than Lagos, smaller than Nigeria. No. You can decide to say that Obomosho wants to go to the moon, just like India went to the moon. Remember, not many developed nations have gone to the moon. So you can have that ambition, and the consequences of that decision will be seen in the economy thereafter. So it's very critical that we understand that Omomosho needs to be seen as an important contributor to the Oyo economy, to the Nigerian economy, so that you can leverage it to get good deals in dealings with Ibadan, Oyo, Nigeria. That's the thing. You have something to leverage. So secondary cities sometimes secondary cities end up becoming primary cities because of ambition. So the fact that Obomosho is a secondary city today does not mean it cannot be a primary city tomorrow. This is where ambition comes in. We need that ambition to move from city number 2 to city number 1. So these points alone, this is why the government is, very important. Then, I've already talked about educational institutions around. We need to start, uh, cultivating the digital tech, digital tech ecosystem, the startup system, to complement the educational system, the science and tech ecosystem, because they are two different things. Digital tech is different from science and technology. So we need to cultivate them. You have agriculture. One of the things agriculture needs is science and technology. You have to, if you want to go beyond, where we are today, you need that. And that comes in from government linking academia with industry. It's very important. This is why the digital transformation of government is very important. And then we now need to cultivate ideas and turn them into products, services, and opportunities. This is where the digital tech startup ecosystem comes in. And we can complement each other. So the science tech ecosystem, the digital tech startup ecosystem, the government, academia, industry. Now you see how it connects to each. Once we have those connections, it's easy for ideas, products, services, businesses to flow. That flow is the economy we desire. We can do it. Obomoshọ has that potential, but you must be digitally transformed to get this. Now, let me share some cities that Obomoshọ should emulate. Obomoshọ can learn valuable lessons from several cities and towns that have excelled in different aspects of digital transformation, human capital development, and leveraging their unique strengths into economic and societal progress. So the first city I'm going to talk about is Estonia, Tallinn. Obomoshọ can look to Estonia's digital prowess and e-governance initiatives. They have one of the best in the world. Estonia was one of those that did the e-residency, one of the first that started the e-residency program, and seamless digital government services have made it a global leader in digital governance. So Obomoshọ can adapt some of these strategies to improve public services and governance. Another city is Singapore, known for its smart city initiative. Singapore has effectively harnessed technology to create an efficient, sustainable urban environment. Obomoshọ can learn from Singapore's approach to urban planning, public transportation, and data-driven decision making. Another city to look at is Silicon Valley. While not a city, Silicon Valley ecosystem of technology and innovation is a model for fostering entrepreneurship and tech startup. So Obomoshọ can replicate this ecosystem to encourage local innovation and entrepreneurship and growth of the digital tech sector. We already have institutions that we can build up. So just imagine when you have a digital transformed government supporting this. Another city, this time from India, is called Bangalore. It's also referred to as India's Silicon Valley. So they've established themselves as an IT hub. Obomoshọ can learn in how they nurture the vibrant technology and startup ecosystem, and emphasizing the importance of education and research is very key, that we get that. The research part is very important. Now, another city again is called Medellin. Medellin, one of the things about Medellin, which is known to some of us globally, is their transport system, urban transformation especially, focusing on the quality of life of its residents. So the city's investment in education, public transport, and social inclusion can provide insights for Obomoshọ community development. I love how transportation works. The public transport system is something that Obomoshọ should look at. In fact, if Obomoshọ does that public transport system, I would actually relocate to Obomoshọ. you know. Another city is Copenhagen in Denmark, renewed for its sustainable urban planning, bicycle-friendly infrastructure. Some of you might not know Europe is going into a bicycle revolution. Places like Amsterdam, 60% of transportation is bicycle. Um, so, and that bicycle infrastructure has resulted in improved health outcomes. So less people are going to hospitals, less people are falling sick, more people are getting having higher quality of life. Uh, so you know, so Copenhagen is a bicycle friendly city, and they're very environmental conscious. So you can Ogbomosho can draw inspiration from there. Then Dubai Smart City Initiative is another valuable lesson. I just came back from Dubai, where I was a guest of the government and learned, about digital government and their smart city initiatives. That's probably what I'm blown. I'm still blown from what I've seen. So these are places where Obama can draw some lessons and learn how Dubai governments leverage technology to enhance city services. You know, then we have Kigali, our own Kigali here, which is known for cleanliness, infrastructure development, technology-driven initiatives, everything. Obama can take inspirations there, especially the cleanliness, the urban planning, and the digital transformation. Then we have Tel Aviv, which is the global startup hub, where they foster innovation and technology entrepreneurship. Um, that should, it's known as the, startup capital of the world. Then we have Cape Town, which have embraced digital tech and in areas like education and tourism. Obamashaw can explore Cape Town's experience with e-learning, promoting its cultural and historical assets to attract tourists. I mentioned that initially. Obamashaw is rich. There's no reason why visitors will not land in Lagos and want to come to Obamashaw. You see, if you don't create that opportunity for people that, as they're landing in Lagos and they're not shouting Obamashaw, I mean, something must be wrong. So it's something that it has to be a deliberate action to make sure that yes, if you're landing Lagos, somebody should be asking now, where's Obamashaw? Let's go there, And it is how you embed those marketing opportunities in the service in the town. It's how you do it. It's how it's gonna sell. That's how to sell Obamashaw. So I've given you 10 different cities which offers a diverse range of models and practices that Obamashaw can adapt to its unique context. By studying their successes and tailoring strategies to its specific needs, Obamashaw can accelerate its journey towards digital prosperity and economic growth, as well as societal progress. Let me also add three secondary cities that have developed their urban areas and economies, contributing to the overall economic growth. So, three cities: San Jose in California was secondary to San Francisco. So, San Jose, often referred to as the capital of Silicon Valley, is a prime example of a secondary city that thrived by positioning itself within the tech and innovation ecosystem. So while San Francisco was a global tech hub, San Jose was developed as a strong technology industry of its own, housing numerous tech giants and startups. The synergy between them between San Francisco and San Jose, created a powerful economic engine that drives innovation and contributes significantly to the state of California's economy. So what this is telling you is that Obamashaw can be smart and kind of like integrate with Ibadan in such a way that they complement Ibadan as they are boosting their own economy, thereby boosting the economy of Oyo State. Another city is Ontario, is Mississauga, Ontario, which is secondary to Toronto. So Mississauga is located at the Greater Toronto area and has grown into a secondary city that complements economic activities of Toronto. So as Toronto's western neighbor, it has become a major business and tech hub. Its strategic location, infrastructural development, and pro-business policies have attracted corporate headquarters and diverse industry. Its economic success contributes to the prosperity of Toronto and the broader Canadian economy. Let me give an example. Notwithstanding the distance between Ogbomosho and Ibadan, if there's a way you make Ogbomosho, Ogbomosho might end up having all the headquarters and head offices of businesses that are in Ibadan, and Ibadan ends up becoming a branch. It is how you make Ogbomosho, and everybody will start building their head offices in Ogbomosho. So that's exactly what this story about Toronto is. Then another town is called Gurgaon. I don't know whether I'm pronouncing it. Haryana, India. It's secondary to to Delhi. I think it's known as I think the town is known as Gurugram. It's a satellite city of Delhi, a prime example of how secondary cities can fuel economic growth. So over the years, Gurugram transformed into a major financial tech hub, housing numerous multinational corporations, IT companies, and financial institutions. Its strategic location near Delhi's international airport and its modern infrastructure have attracted businesses and skilled workforce. Its economic expansion bolsters the entire Delhi and the new capital region. That's the new city that they are building. These secondary cities now mentioned have harnessed their unique advantages, such as proximity to major urban centers, infrastructure development, business-friendly policies to stimulate economic growth. Their success stories demonstrate the potential for secondary cities to play a crucial role in contributing to overall economic prosperity of their respective regions. So Ogbomosho can draw inspirations from all these successes, and thrive as a secondary city to Ibadan and contribute to the growth of Oyo State. So what are the key strategies and steps that Ogbomosho can consider? First, leverage your geographic advantage. Your strategic location between Ibadan and Ilorin is a potential economic corridor. The city can capitalize this location to facilitate trade and commerce between these major urban centers. Invest in infrastructure. Focus on infrastructure development, including transportation, road networks, and utilities. Well-maintained infrastructure will attract business and investors looking for a conducive environment. Remember, if you are digitally transformed, it's easy to manage infrastructure. Far better to manage infrastructure. Promote industrial clusters. Identify key industries and sectors in which Ogbomosho can excel. Agric is, for me, the best option, and we can build value chain from agric and build manufacturing concerns as well. So that's something that we can latch onto. We also, for education and human capital, we need to invest in education and workforce development, establish vocational training centers, educational institutions to build a skilled labor workforce that can meet up the needs of industries in Ogbomosho. Create 5 business-friendly policies. Create an environment that is conducive to business growth. Simplify regulatory processes, taxation, encourage entrepreneurship and innovation. 6, attract investment. Actively seek investment from both domestic and foreign sources. Promote Ogbomosho's potential as a cost-effective location for business in Oyo, in Southwest, and even in Nigeria. Technology and digital transformation. Embrace digital tech and the digital economy. Develop a tech ecosystem to support startups and technology companies. This can help diversify the economy. Tourism and cultural heritage. Promote Ogbomosho's unique cultural and historical sites so as to boost tourism. This is very important. We need to relax. We need to have fun. So the culture and the rich history is enough for people to enjoy themselves in Ogbomosho and create an economy out of it. 9, collaborate with Ibadan. So collaborate with Ibadan Regional Development Initiative, just as joint infrastructure projects, cross-city business association, etc. Boost number 10, quality of life. So enhance the quality of life in Ogbomosho by investing in healthcare, educational and recreational facilities. This will make the city more attractive to residents and to potential investors. So by adopting these strategies and learning from the experiences of successful secondary cities, Ogbomosho can become a thriving economic hub complementary to Ibadan and significantly contribute to the economic growth of Oyo State. Ultimately, success will depend on effective urban planning, strong leadership, and a commitment to sustainable development that benefits both the city and the broader region. So, what should be the vision of Ogbomosho's prosperity? The vision should be a digitally transformed Ogbomosho, characterized by a highly skilled workforce, thriving local industry, and a vibrant economy. Government's role in this prosperity. Government's responsibility is to invest in human capital, digital infrastructure, and policies to enable this Ogbomosho's digital transformation. This digital Ogbomosho, prosperous Oyo State. That's the way we should see it. A prosperous Ogbomosho will contribute significantly to Oyo State's overall economy. This talk delves into the imperatives of digital transformation in Ogbomosho, as you can see, government's role, human capital development, and the potential economic prospects. So I'm saying this should serve as a roadmap for digital prosperity in the context of Ogbomosho as well as Oyo State's economy. Right.